Okay, folks, so it's starting already, right? Maricopa County, Arizona told voting machines are not working. California, power outage. Voting machines not working. Washington State, not working. The 1.9 Powerball, billion Powerball, delayed, not working. Technical difficulties. So, are we starting already? Okay, are we starting that already? Now, I'm going to give you some other info that you can go. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I'm going to pin it. Okay? So, it's called Internet Friend. All typed together. Internet Friend. This is where you can get the broadcast from the military, the U.S. shortwave EAMs, okay? 600, and it's got a little, just so when you get there, that's what it looks like when you get there. So, the one from yesterday, now, let me pause that. So on this channel, Internet Friend, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of them on here. So they've been blasting these messages for the last 4 days. They peaked yesterday. So now I do have family that's former military, and I text one of them and sent them that broadcast. She's in Georgia. No, Alabama, I'm sorry. And she's former military. And I asked her, I said, with your military background, what does that sound like to you? And she texts back, she said, I'm scared. She said, they're not telling us everything. And I said, what does it sound like to you? I said, does it sound like a drill? Or does it sound like they're moving people in place? She said, no. She said, they're getting people in position. So I'm still waiting on a couple. Now we do have another military G.I. Joe in the family. He says it's possible, but you would have to have the code book to know exactly what they're saying. He's also military as well. He know who he is. I ain't got to say his name, but he said I would agree with her. It does sound like they're getting in position, but to have the actual triangulation and all of that, you would have to have their code book. But he also said something too that was kind of eye-opening. He said they could be doing it to cause the enemy to stand down if you put that message over short, because if you got the capabilities like this person does, you can get it if you got a shortwave radio and know what channel that they're on and what they're broadcasting. They're broadcasting open radio, shortwave, but if you don't, like my man say, if you ain't got the code book, then you won't know exactly what it is. So if you go to that channel, and if you got family that's military, former military, probably non-active would probably be able to tell you. Active people probably can't tell you that, for security purposes. But if it confirms that that is not a drill, and I trust this family members and our other family member here in the family, I trust their judgment, and they say that it's possible that they're getting in position. Now, we're having electric problems, right? We're having problems with, now, since I've been putting things out, people are now saying, hey, I've been having issues with this. I've been having issues with that. One guy said, my computer just quit and rebooted. So either these are everyday problems or they're heightened in our mindset because of what's going on. But if I'm hearing that chatter, and a lot of people are saying that the chatter is high on that frequency. So I couldn't deal with the Lee Wilbinger mouth and attitude. So I just, New York Prepper put the info up. I went over there and checked it out. There are shortwave apps that you can download, find out what the channel is that they're broadcasting, and you'll be able to hear them for yourself. But that's the latest. Now, voting machines, hey, and if we get more that don't work, then I believe that they're going to steal this thing. I really do. And they're going to cause what I believe could be smoke in the city, as the elders would say. It's going to be some smoke in the city, literally. Because everybody knows it's a red wave coming. And even the blue Democrats know that. They're scared to death. But with all technology and all things capable, they can easily push that margin of victory over the finish line for them to where they can say, hey, we still keep our seats. Now, what would that do for the people who've been running out? Yo, everybody need to vote. And blah, 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 blah. If you don't want to vote, you leave this country and blah, blah, blah. Whatever. These people are ridiculous. What's it going to look like for them when, especially I've been telling people, I said, you can get everybody and your mama and they peoples too to go vote. But if they have the opportunity to steal it and to push it over the line and expect people are going to accept it the same way they inaugurated Old and Ridiculous before 12 noon at 11:45, which is illegal. He is not a legitimate president because you cannot be inaugurated before 12 noon. That means Donald was still sitting in the hot seat while you was making him president. He's not even a legitimate president. That is a government law. Look it up. You cannot be inaugurated before 12 noon. And on CNN's website, they still got the video up. He got his hand on a so-called Bible and they're swearing him in. And it's 11:45, 11:49. He is not a legitimate president. So who's running the country? That's fact. You can find that on CNN's website. Just go to their website and type in Inauguration Day. Okay, just type in Inauguration Day, Old and Ridiculous, and then you'll see him and his wife. And they got the clock up there, and they show you what time he got sworn in. So if Alpha, Whiskey, Foxtrot, and all the rest of that is happening, and it's looped, and they're sending out a message. And we're already seeing, when was the last time you seen the lottery, the Powerball, delayed? We got certain key, and that same Maricopa, it's the same place where they was doing all that recount stuff. Now we got problems in California, power outages. I'm pretty sure we're going to hear about more. Now, your power ain't got to be out, per se. But the intranet, not the internet, the intranet can go down because the U.S. government has admitted time and time again in old documents that they got software, they got programs in place. They can do this to whatever country that they wanted to and unseat and seat whoever they wanted into power to bring democracy into that country. They turned around and used that same dog on ourselves and biting us in the leg with it. Now it's very possible that this may take a few days, and if it lands on 11/11, when they finally get the count in, they're talking about a major false flag. Then that could be possible because they don't want them results put out. Evil things are happening in the atmosphere. So all you jokers running around here talking about, yeah, y'all need to vote because if you don't, you should move, live in a different country. I'm going to feel real bad for you if this thing don't turn out, because I got a spiritual, sneaky, spidey sense vibe here that foolishness is already going on. Foolishness is already happening, okay? We already see malfunctionings in certain things. What does the lottery have to do unless they're connected to the same link? It's a machine. All of the voting machines are connected. Is it connected with that? So they have to stop the Powerball. That doesn't make any sense, but yet they're doing it anyway. That means that they're connected. So if you don't want the voting ID law put in there, there's a reason why they don't want it in there. All them people that are letting in through the border, that way they can stick a ballot in their hand without ID and let them go vote. They don't test them. They don't pop them. They let them right on up in here. And who knows who else you letting up in here? I believe you letting the enemy up in here on purpose. And they're flying these people around. And I believe that they're flying them around. This is the voting strategy, ladies and gentlemen. They're flying these illegals all around different parts of the country, mostly Democratic. And they're going to put a ballot in their hand. Who let you in this country? The Democrats, right? Nice little puppy. Nice little kitty. Put your name on there and vote Democrat. And they don't even know who they're voting for. But they're being handed a slip of paper. These illegals coming in. Ain't tested, ain't nothing. That's the reason why they didn't want to go down there. This has all been a plan from the giddy up, folks. And how many people have they let in? Do the number research on that, folks. Do the number research. How many folks did they let in for free? We can't go to no other country and do that, but you can do that here. And then they're going to fly them around the key different spots of the country. And I guarantee, and they put them up in hotels for free, give them Visa cards, give them money. So if I go to a country, guess what? And I'm foreign and I don't know too much. And so it's voting time. And they say, here, we need you to vote. But we need you to vote this party. Because this party lets you in. We let you and your family in when you were running from that drug dealer infested country and violence over there, right? And you're going to feel grateful. There it is. Nice little puppy dog. Nice kitty. Vote Democrat. All of these people on this list, that's who you vote for. Yeah. And a nice NPR voice. And then all of a sudden, all of these votes that come in from out of nowhere, which outnumber the people who actually legitimately voted. And then you can't trace these folks back to see where they come from because they come from a different country and you ain't gave them no ID. This is the reason why they didn't want no ID law involved in the first get up. Oh, that's racist. No, it ain't. That should be the way it should be. If you're going to vote, you need your ID. So in order to fight that, we need all these people to come in and we're going to let them vote for free. Basically, no obligation. And we're going to train them to vote Democrat because that's who let you in the border. The Republican wanted to keep you out, right? Oh, don't vote for them. So it's going to be some chicanery involved. And all of these votes, we all know, whether you like the orange dude or not, that he flooded the system, broke the code. But yet, old and ridiculous got in there. Why? Because they manipulated the system. And so all these people running around talking about, well, you're not for this country. I'm not. I'm for the kingdom. And it just goes to show, if you put all your effort into something, it don't mean a thing. Because in one whop, in one fell swoop, they have the ability to make that thing say whatever they want it to say. They're already up to it right now as we speak. What is the U.S. military doing? The Air Force sending out codes like that. Why? On the eve of the election and a couple of days before that. Now, as much as they want to cheat, and let's say, because to be honest, we all know this should not be even close. They know it's not even close. But if it turns out that the blue wins, what do you think? This is a twofer. They get what they want, and then they also get to start civil infractions, okay, in the street. Can you imagine all of these gun-ho folks running around, yelling and screaming at the top of their lungs? Everybody, all my co-workers, can you imagine how pissed they're going to be? You see the setup here? It's a twofer, 2 for 1. These folks in the comment section, you need to leave the country and blah, 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 this, you gotta vote, you gotta vote. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to nuke you right off the channel. I don't want to hear that. Everybody got the freedom to do whatever they want. That ain't no different from forcing people to go get a vaccination. I do have a freedom and a right to choose whatever I want to do. So them people ain't no better than other folks telling you that you ought to go get popped. You can't tell me what to do. I'm grown. I don't roll over you to get to the toilet at night. So them kind of folks, again, you right off the channel too. We're not doing that here. We ain't doing that. Ain't this America the home of the free? Home of the brave, whatever? Ain't that what it's supposed to be? This ain't no dictatorship. You don't dictate to nobody what they should and shouldn't do because you brainwashed and stupid in a system that ain't got no love for you, period. It never has. Seriously? The only person that got love for you is the one you're running from. Think about that. Peace.